Hey everyone, happy Easter! It's Bethany, your Director of Children's Ministry here, and I am pumped for what's about to happen. But before we get started, there's one thing that you need to know, and that is that Easter Jam is for everybody in your family. So if you're a teen, Easter Jam is for you. And if you're younger, get ready, because we're about to have some serious fun and we need you to lead the way. Adults, buckle up. This is Easter like you've never done it before. No matter who you are, we want you to know that Easter Jam is for you. The only way to not have fun is to not participate. So look around. Is anyone missing? If so, hit your pause button and go get them now. Because we're getting started in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, hear me out. There are only two kinds of people in this world. People who love these things, and people like me who just don't get it. How do you eat something this cute and grainy? Ugh. Okay, let's be real. That is not a peep. But when I went to my store for groceries, they didn't even have peeps right now. So I made my own. It's a marshmallow covered in yellow sugar, but it kind of looks like a peep. Anyway, let's see how your family feels about peeps. Show me a thumbs up if you love to eat peeps, and a thumbs down if you don't. Okay, there are a lot of opinions out there about peeps. No matter how you feel about eating peeps, you are going to love this game. Your family is going to face off in the greatest peep jousting competition of all time. I'm going to explain how it works, and then I'll tell you when to start. First, you're going to divide your room or your family into 2 teams. Next, you're going to take 2 peeps and assign them to the 2 teams. If you don't have peeps, you can use big marshmallows. These will work just fine, like I'm doing. Team A or 1 will get peep A or 1, and team B or team 2 will get the corresponding peep. You can come up with cooler names if you'd like Lord Sugarcoat or Sir Sprinkles. You get the idea. And you can also use a marker or a Sharpie to try to decorate your peeps and give them some personality if you want. Draw a mustache or mean eyebrows or a fancy outfit. I don't care. Let your creative juices flow. This was the best I could come up with. Next, you're going to prepare your peeps for battle. You're going to take a toothpick and you're going to stick it into your marshmallow. Kind of like a sword or a lightsaber or a joust, depending on how serious your family is. Make sure the toothpick is forward facing toward the other peep. Then you're going to place your 2 combatants on a microwavable plate. No social distancing necessary in this case. And you want them to be close together, facing one another. Finally, time for the big event. Gather around, put your plate in your microwave, and set the timer for 45 seconds. You're not going to let it run that long. In fact, Don't let it run that long. Then press start. Watch at a safe distance until the peeps drop their toothpicks and one touches the other. The first peep to touch the other with the toothpick is the peep that wins. As soon as that happens, stop the microwave. Trust me, stop the microwave. Okay, it's time to settle this thing. Don't forget to snap a pic of what that photo finish looks like. It's go time. Press pause now. I'll wait right here. How'd it go? Who won? I want pictures. So post them to the MUMC Family Ministries Facebook page with the hashtag Easter Jam 2020. I have to admit, it was a little bit more fun than I thought it would be. And I ended up with a messy marshmallow gooey plate at the end, but it did taste delicious. Are you ready for another game? For this one, you're going to need a laundry basket and socks. Lots and lots of socks. Clean or dirty doesn't matter, unless you don't want to touch someone else's dirty socks, and then I recommend clean, as long as they have a match. So if the dryer has eaten their partner, you don't want those socks. If you need to go grab those things now, hit pause and I'll explain the rest. Okay, you got your basket and your socks. Great. Now you can either split into teams of 2 or you can choose 4 people. You need 2 people to play and 2 scorekeepers. To get started, you're going to dump all of the socks on one side of the room. Don't worry, those socks will make their way back to the basket shortly. Then place the basket on the other side of the room. When I say go, players are going to grab a sock and you're going to go through that pile and find its match. You're going to roll them together so that they make a ball or an Easter egg, sort of. Then you're going to toss them down the other end to make them in the basket. Easter basket, laundry basket. The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. If you don't have a scorekeeper to help you count, you'll have to keep track yourself. That means everybody on the honor system. Parents, I'm watching you. Okay, if needed, press pause to go get everything and get everyone in position for the game. I will wait right here. All right, is everybody ready? Great. We're putting 1 minute on the timer clock. The Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, go! Families, come back over here. Who won? Okay, that was wild. Whoever won gets socks. I'm just kidding. Adults, make sure whoever won the challenge gets some sort of special treat today. Maybe a peep, I don't know. Maybe to get to pick an activity or something today. Anyway, I hope you're having fun so far. We're celebrating today because it's Easter. And if you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. We'll talk about what makes today, maybe more than any other day, a happy day. But before we get there, I know you have a whole lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you. And to make that happen, you have a few options. Pause this video and pick one of the challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter. So I just got 9 texts from my crew saying happy Easter. Thanks, fam. Nice. Even though we're celebrating a little differently than we have before, that's okay, because Easter is still happy. And that's not just because of peep wars or Easter baskets or chocolate bunnies, although those things are all awesome. It's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it's so simple. So simple that it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. the tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow. I hear that story every Easter, and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. That simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Here's an idea. Take a few minutes and add to the list of things you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer that question as a family. How would you fill in that blank? I can what because Jesus is alive? Pause the video while you discuss, and when you're finished, meet me back here. Awesome. I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with what's going on in my life right now. I hope that's true for you too. And I hope that you'll spend the rest of today making happy memories with your family. To get you started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you're going to need to decide who in your house is the technology genius. Maybe it's mom, maybe it's your 8th grader, maybe it's your 3-year-old, I don't know. But whoever it is, decide right now. You got it? Okay. As soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take a family Easter photo. You can be dressed up or you can be in your PJs. It can be totally normal or with silly faces or smiling faces, or heck, you can even use one of those filters that puts the bunny ears on. I don't care. I just want you to do it and to make it awesome. Then share it to our MUMC Family Ministries Facebook page using the hashtag Easter Jam 2020 so that we can see your family's Easter style. Maybe now, more than ever before, is a time to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and the hope that he gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy. I hope you have a happy Easter. I miss you all, and I'm glad I got to spend just a little bit of time with you this morning. Happy Easter, everyone.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive.